Aldridge is on our sideline. Now a look at the stats for Fred VanVleet.
And guys, it hasn't been pretty for him in the past 5 games. He's having one of those scoring slumps that all players go through at some point in the season. But I know he hadn't lost his confidence, and I expect this young man to get after it here tonight.
A look at the opening lineup for the Houston Rockets. At the guard positions, VanVleet in green. Alperen Sengun out there with Dylan Brooks. And it's Thompson in at the 3 spot. And for the Lakers, outside the wings are Reeves and James. Hachimura out there with Hayes. And it's Doncic in at the point. 2 of the dominant teams, Greg, out here in the Western Conference going head-to-head.
And, Kevin, they know each other well. They expect to meet potentially in the postseason, and I would expect a playoff atmosphere tonight.
Now here is Hachimura. From outside the arc, Sengun with the rebound. VanVleet left side. Brooks outside. There's Green with the 3. A rebound by the Lakers. The last meeting was in this building where they were able to come out on top.
Well, last time out, they got the win in large part because of the play of their bench, and they provided a lot of the scoring punch.
Yeah, and you know what? I expect them to go deep into the bench again tonight, to give those guys on the bench a chance to have an expanded role, but also to give those starters some rest.
And Thompson kicks to VanVleet. Brooks outside. Thompson sets the pick for Brooks. 5 to shoot. And it's Thompson with the jam.
And he's got rocket ship-like takeoff. Thompson can flat out fly.
And here's Doncic from the arc. Gets the 3-pointer to fall.
And they don't want to get in a habit of giving him open looks from 3. First quarter still, but not who you want to leave open.
Now here's Brooks. His scoring has been there on a regular basis. He's averaging more than 14 points a game.
Gotta love seeing Green deliver the revenge 3-ball. Payback right at you. Great response.
Well, Clark, we hear a lot about the antics with Brooks, but he deserves more attention for his play.
I agree, especially on the defensive end, Kevin. He's one of the top perimeter defenders in the league, and some of what his antics are flowing out of is his competitive spirit. I still think he needs to tamp down the antics because that does take away from what he does, which is lock guys up and play with great competitive spirit all the time.
Here's Doncic following the basket by Jalen Green. Lakers passing it around. On the wing, Doncic. Goes to the reverse layup and claps it in. Doncic has got 5 now.
You know, as I watch Doncic, I think it's futile to try to distract this guy. His focus and concentration and control of himself is excellent.
Now, here's Thompson. Sengun can't hit from in close. And while we've got a moment, let's send it over to our terrific reporter, David Aldridge. David?
Hey, Kevin. Briefly spoke with J.J. Redick. I asked him how they plan on bottling up Jalen Green. Now, he said we have to try and stay in front of him and protect the rim. Jalen is an explosive athlete and an incredibly crafty finisher around the basket, so keeping him out of the paint won't be easy. Guys, back to you.
Thank you, David. And here is VanVleet after Luka Doncic hitting the 3.
Well, you've got to be there defensively. I mean, that's an easy mid-range jumper that he'll typically drain.
And that one's good. Hachimura.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
Well, this early, they should be showing a lot more energy on defense. It's not there.
Here's VanVleet. And he can't stop the run as he misses.
Those are chances almost always you can rely on him to get you 2 points, but the D just enough to keep him out of rhythm.
Now here's Hayes. Still without a basket. Pass to Reeves. And the bucket is good. 3-point play chance here for him.
Nice effort by Reeves that time. This wasn't going to be denied despite getting fouled.
First trip to the free throw line for him tonight. Dorian Finney-Smith's checked in for Los Angeles. Houston with a big group substitution here. Steven Adams, he's checked in for Sengun. Smith comes in for Brooks. Tari Eason's checked in for Amen Thompson. And Cam Whitmore's subbed in for Fred Van Vliet. Free throw good, Reeves. Clark, what is it about Austin Reeves' style of play that makes him such a good scorer?
I love the fact that he can change pace with the dribble. You know, he's not super fast, but he's not slow either. What he is shifty and smart. He's got good size, good ball skills, and he's got a nice mid-range jumper. All of that allows him to keep defenders off balance.
Connect, he's checked in for Austin Reeves. And here's Green. He'll bring it up for the Rockets. 6-point game. Last game matched up with the Clippers. A tough loss there.
Painful to watch, guys. You could see their frustrations mounting, unable to get into any kind of a rhythm whatsoever.
Yeah, they had no answer for them. They simply got outplayed and outworked.
To the middle. Here's James. The rebound by Steven Adams.
You know, you'd love to see him pull that off, but instead he goes from highlight reel to the bloopers.
Green against Doncic. A 3-ball. Kept alive by Houston. Smith surveying the D. Screen by Adams. Second chance shot. And a big bounce off the rim, but it sinks right in.
And the lack of effort to fight over the screen there makes that an easy shot.
Well, I'm going to credit the screen. I mean, that's a good, strong pick he lays there.
Finney Smith with it, covered by Smith. And James gets it to go.
And not hard to see why they are giving up points on this run. Just too many good looks from in close.
To the paint. Here's Adams. Smith the pass to Green. Now Whitmore. 14 points from him the last game against the Clippers in Los Angeles. Outside, James. And it's Smith, top of the key. Here's Eason. And no luck with that time on the buzzer beater. It's been all about Luka Doncic for the Lakers. He notched 8 points in the quarter and has that terrific basketball instinct on display. And we'll be right back after this. And thanks again for tuning in. If you're just joining us, we've played through 1/4 of action so far. And let's take a moment, guys, to get your take on the scoring so far for Los Angeles.
And they've set the tone from the jump. They're looking to pound it inside and score in the paint.
Cultivating a lot of assists right now, which is beautiful to see. Love the way they're working that ball around.
Rockets trail by 4. And Clark, the Rockets, just one of a handful of franchises to win back-to-back NBA titles.
Can you believe that, Kevin? It was roughly 30 years ago that the Rockets did that, led by Hakeem Olajuwon, perhaps the best player in the league at that time. Of course, this was while Michael Jordan was retired from the NBA the first time.
Jared Vanderbilt out there with Dorian Finney-Smith. Then it's Vincent. Then it's Connect. And it's Reeves in at the 2. That's the group for the Lakers to start the second quarter. And now the latest from our reporter, David Aldridge.
Thanks, Kevin. Alperen Şengün is a weapon on the block. Coach Ime Udoka said there are not a ton of true low-post threats in the NBA nowadays. Joel Embiid, Jokic, I don't know how many others there are anymore. Alpe's had success against pretty much everybody that's guarded him. Kevin, his footwork is indeed high level.
DA, totally agree. Great footwork. Moves on moves, I've always said. Shot clock at 5. Up top, Şengün. Over Finney-Smith. Şengün, no good. Los Angeles leading by 5. Pass to Vincent. Tries the spin move. Teardrop shot, and the call on the shot that sends him to the line. And a big part of perimeter defense, Greg, avoiding screens. What are some of the tricks of the trade in that regard?
Well, sometimes you have to get skinny. I mean, other times it's using your strength. A lot goes into it. Also, you know, getting a cadence for the screener. It's one of the more challenging aspects of NBA defense.
A free throw drops for Vincent. And Los Angeles with some changes. Hachimura comes in for Vanderbilt. And it's LeBron in for Connect. The Rockets also changing it up. Dylan Brooks comes in for Cam Whitmore. And it's Fred VanVleet in for Aaron Holiday. He doesn't get the second one. Rockets trail by 6. Here's Brooks, and he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2. That's on LeBron James.
Physical play finds Dylan Brooks, but he also looks for it. He gives it and takes it.
And he knocks down the first one.
And Brooks is this team's agitator and instigator. He wants to spark the group with his energy at both ends of the floor.
So 1 for 2 that time at the stripe. And so it's Hachimura who brings up the ball for the Los Angeles Lakers. Leading by 5.
Well, you know, defensively, you try to keep LeBron out of the lane, but then he drops that on you.
Now here's VanVleet. No scoring in this one. And we've got a timeout called from Ime Udoka. He wants a minute here to get things straightened out with his team.
And a moment here now to see the numbers for LeBron James. Since the All-Star break, he's been unstoppable. And his playmaking ability, unquestioned, one of the top 15 assist men in our league.
And yeah, one of the most dangerous scorers in the game. He's already come up big in some key games this year. His teammates really feed off his presence, I think. We're now about 2 minutes into the second quarter. James against Eason. Up and in on the layup. Eason's got 5.
Great job of screening there. Nice job to take it to the rim and get the finish.
Down low. It's deflected. Here's Hachimura. Lays it up and banks it in. Hachimura's got the lead. Back up to 8 now for Los Angeles.
Nice job by Hachimura. He is so good below the foul line.
Eason against James. And it's blocked. Hachimura down low. Down it goes for his 3rd basket in as many tries.
You have to push Hachimura out of there if you're the defense. He's a real problem on the interior.
Smith, no good.
A slight rebound advantage for them. One more column in their favor, and it's all adding up.
Well, you take a look at all of the stats, the team stats, that is, and that's one of the many areas that they've had the advantage. And as a result, they've got a big lead.
And LeBron, the only player to reach 40,000 points in his career. Clark, you're shaking your head. It's incredible, isn't it?
Absolutely remarkable, Kevin. And I did not think I would see it in my lifetime. 40,000 points. Just the sound of that is ridiculous. And, you know, he not only has lived up to the hype that has followed him since he was 15 years old, he's actually exceeded it, Kevin, which is crazy.
And J.J. Redick calls timeout here. Wants to talk some things over. Might be seeing some things to adjust. Goodwin's checked in for Los Angeles. Doncic comes in for Vincent. Amen Thompson, he's checked in for the Rockets. Green comes in for Tari Eason. And just over 3.5 minutes played here in the second quarter. Doncic kicks to Finney Smith. Back to Doncic. Luka throws it down.
Luka with so many physical gifts, taking flight right there.
Rockets trail by 12. Van Vliet looking around. And there's the defensive 3-second call. And he's got his first chance at the line here.
Yeah, he's at 81% from the line. And when we've had a chance to see him, he's had great form and continues to look confident.
You know, one thing about getting going at the free throw line like he has this season, it can continue to carry over.
And so he hits the technical free throw. You know, Clark, I've been wondering your thoughts on the possibility of the NBA shortening the season in an attempt to mitigate injuries.
Look, Kevin, I've long been a proponent of a shorter season. I think 65, 66 games, 1 month less on the regular season would be great. We know load management didn't decrease injury rates, so I'm not sure a shortened schedule would either, but I do know it would improve the quality of play for the players, and I think that would be beneficial to the fans.
I'd love to see them impose themselves a little more on the backboard. That's a great way to find confidence. Always a surefire way to get back in the game.
Well, guys, they need to do something to reduce this deficit. We'll see if that's the answer.
Here's Hachimura following the basket by Fred Van Vliet. Here's Goodwin. Back to Hachimura. Just 5 on the clock. LeBron outside. Fires the 3. The Rockets pull it in. We've got 1:08 left here in the second. Van Vliet against Doncic. Van Vliet passes to Thompson. Hachimura grabs the miss. Los Angeles leading by 9. Doncic outside. Pass to Finney-Smith. Brooks against James. Another shot. Smith with the defensive effort.
The defense ready for him on that possession. They had to be because he is so strong in the paint.
Thompson finds Van Vliet. About 7 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. And here's James. He'll bring it up for the Lakers. They've held a 12-point lead earlier. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line.
And with the offense getting right to the rim, at least they saved the layup.
Old school D right there, just telling them no easy layups. It's as simple as that. And that's what you expect from them. Shooting 2.
And the first one at the line is good. All free throws good from Doncic. Now here's Van Vliet. Fires from deep. And the last second attempt does not go in for him. And so it's the Los Angeles Lakers. Their lead at 11 points to end the quarter. They've set the tone. They love their tempo. They're going to be very tough to stop. We've got more in store for you right after this.
Hello and welcome, and what a first half for cool hand Luka Doncic.
It's been Luka time. Get him the ball, let him make a play for himself, for others on the glass. He does everything for them.
It certainly has been all about cool hand Luka tonight. And looking ahead, here's what's to come later on tonight in the NBA. It'll be the Hawks against the 76ers out in Philadelphia. That one gets going at 7 p.m. Eastern.
I think this game is going to be closer than many people think.
The kind of game where the underdog often comes away with the win. And that'll do it for halftime. We send you back to Kevin Harlan, who has the second half call.
And after a very lopsided first half, we'll see if things play out a little more evenly here in the second. You have to like what you're seeing from Luka Doncic.
You just love the patience in that first half. Waited until he got the look he wanted.
Well, you know what, guys? It was all about efficient offense, not rushing things, taking your time, finding the best shot on every possession.
Here's Green. Starting the second half, here's Ime Udoka's 5. At the guard positions, Van Fleet and Green. Thompson is out there with Dylan Brooks. And it's Şengün in at the center position.
Love when Şengün looks to score, especially from the interior.
Clark, looking at the growth and skill set of Şengün, he could be special.
I agree 100%, partner. He's got an instinct for the game that you just can't teach. The passing, the ball fakes, the pace at which he plays, it's all there. Feels like he could have the same kind of development trajectory as Jokic. We'll see.
Here's Green following the bucket by the Lakers. Pass to Şengün over Hayes. Şengün no good.
Just a solid performance on the interior. The rebounding has been off the charts.
Yeah, you look across the board, it's actually sizing up, shaping up to be a great game. I mean, strong performances throughout, and they've really been strong on the glass.
Here's Van Vliet following the basket by LeBron James. Nice shot by Brooks.
Brooks not shy about firing away. I mean, it's important that he continues to make these jump shots he's taking.
Reeves the pass to Doncic. Reeves with the screen on Van Vliet. Doncic no good.
And he didn't punish them for the weak coverage there, but they can't count on him to continue missing.
And with an update from the sidelines, let's check in with David Aldridge.
Kevin, if you want to win, of course, playing both ends of the floor is essential. Former Defensive Player of the Year Draymond Green says, we've seen teams for years make the mistake thinking they could put a great offense out there and win. You run up against a team that's just competent offensively, but they play defense, you're going to lose. Kevin?
You got the 1-2 punch as Draymond talks about. Man, that is something tough to get by. DA, thanks. And so he hits both.
Hey, it's hard not to gush about Green. I mean, he's one of the more exciting talents to enter this league in quite some time.
Doncic passes to Hachimura. Back to Doncic. On the wing, James. He's covered by Thompson. And Hayes throws it down.
And that's the kind of lead pass we've come to expect from him.
And timeout is called by Ime Udoka. He wants to talk to his guys. Now that we have a second, let's take a quick peek at the rebounding numbers for the last handful of seasons for Alperen Şengün.
On the boards, he's been a much bigger presence these last few years than he had been prior. And he can be counted on now to make an impact with his rebounding. And that's a product of all the work he's put in down low.
Here's Van Vliet. Three-pointer. It's rebounded by Hayes.
The edge on the glass is the difference. It's allowed them to build this lead.
And really a reflection of their superior effort level to this point. And it seems to me they've gone after this win a little bit more.
Back to Van Vliet. To the inside, Green. Great pass to set up the lay-in. Green's got 4 points this quarter.
Able to score from anywhere on the court. Green can hurt you in myriad ways, and his game is only growing.
Now here is Hachimura. 6 points for him. Inside, here's Doncic. Doncic very comfortable down low.
He has created some terrific opportunities for himself and really made the most of it.
Greg, you think about oversized point guards, and the gold standard has always been Magic Johnson. Now you look at Luka Doncic, and he's certainly big for that position.
Definitely some positive similarities, right? But the big difference is one of those guys has 5 rings, and that's not a knock on Doncic. This is a team sport, but Magic's ability to affect winning was right there with another MJ, Michael Jordan.
That one goes in. Thompson's got his second basket of the game.
We see this night in and night out. Thompson uses his size and elevation to make tough shots in the paint.
Hachimura kicks to Doncic. Shoots over Van Vliet. That doesn't go either for Doncic. Rockets trail by 7. Pass to Şengün. Now here's Green. Thompson sets the pick for Green. A three-pointer, no good.
Another rebound hauled in. They're hitting the glass with a lot of passion.
Guys, that's been the key to their lead. I mean, simply put, the effort they've displayed on the glass has been the difference.
Timeout is called by Ime Udoka. He's ready to talk things through with the team. Dorian Finney-Smith's checked in for the Lakers. The Rockets also changing it up. Jabari Smith, he's checked in for Şengün. Tari Eason comes in for Dillon Brooks. And it's Whitmore in for Thompson. Whitmore finds Van Vliet, and there's the call on James. That's his 3rd foul of the game. Some changes for the Lakers. Vanderbilt's checked in for Hayes, and it's Connect in for James. And a switch here also for Houston. Adams, he's checked in for Fred Van Vliet. 1:30 left in the 3rd. Here's Whitmore. And they call the foul, so a chance at the line for one more coming up.
What a fighter. Whitmore was determined to get that to go.
And this is his first trip to the line tonight.
Find the lane. Find the lane. Good shot.
Lakers leading by 7. Free throw line jump shot. Lands soft on the front of the rim and drops. Doncic has got 6 points in the quarter.
And he is really in a zone right now, playing and scoring with confidence.
Adams outside. The 3. It's hauled in by Los Angeles. Doncic has got his 5th rebound in this one.
And they continue to control the glass.
Guys, I think they've simply been the more physical team, and that's why they're ahead.
And Green slams it in.
Jalen Green has some serious hops. Yes, he does.
Los Angeles has gone 1 of 3 from downtown since halftime. Here's Doncic. Lays it up and in on the nice reverse. Doncic has got 20 points.
And the combination of his quickness and soft touch around the rim really allows him to pull off shots like that. A lot of players don't have the reverse in their arsenal.
And that one's good, Whitmore.
And they found the touch from the field here in the second half. It was a struggle in that first.
Takes a step back. Doncic attacks.
Boy, Doncic is so good at going at the defense. And when he goes at him like that, it puts the defense in a tough spot. Very crafty.
Los Angeles shooting their 6th and 7th free throws in the game.
Yeah, looking over their percentage on the season, I think they will be thrilled with the number in terms of their free throw percentage, 79.
That free throw good from Doncic.
You know, from the moment Luka entered the league, despite the naysayers, he's been a star, a legitimate star. And that's something you don't see very often.
You got this. You got this. You got it out.
All free throws good from Doncic.
Luka Doncic is a do-it-all player. I mean, he does everything for this team, including being a walking triple-double threat on a game-by-game basis.
Screen by Smith. And here's Green outside. Gets it to go from beyond the arc. Green's got 9 points here in the second half. It's been all about Luka Doncic for the Los Angeles Lakers. And of everything he's doing well, it's his scoring that you point to first. Already 22 points in this game. We'll take a quick break and then back to the action here. Here now a chance to show you our assist of the game, and it's presented as always by State Farm.
And he sliced the D wide open with this feed. They had no chance to prevent that basket.
Yeah, that's just a brilliant read of the defense. I mean, it was also excellent anticipation of the movement of his teammates before the pass. Just great harmony on all sides.
And I know I speak for all of us when I say I can't wait to see what kind of finish awaits us here in the fourth quarter. In it forward for him, it's James and Hachimura. Gabe Vincent is out there with Connect. And it's Finney Smith in at the 5 spot. That's the Laker 5. Out to the right wing. To the paint. Here's Şengün. Outside Holiday. Şengün with the screen for Holiday. Pass to Şengün. Rebound the Lakers. 13 points was their biggest lead in the game. Here's LeBron. Whitmore defending. Here's Finney Smith. And the 3 off target.
And I thought that was going to drop. It looked good from here.
And Holiday kicks to Smith. Eason down low. Defended by Vincent.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
No good on that one. Los Angeles making a switch here. Goodwin's checked in. Good on the second free throw. And we've played through about a minute here in the fourth. James against Easton. Here's Hachimura. And the rebound goes to the Rockets. Smith's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. Outside Holiday. Pass to Smith. Over Finney-Smith. Smith, no luck. And here's James. He'll bring it up for the Lakers. They've only given up 1 point in the fourth quarter. And here is Goodwin. Over Holiday. And too long on the shot.
You know, even though they have the lead, you can tell he's frustrated with himself that he's not doing more.
Last quarter of play, about 2 minutes in now. Here's Eason. It's good. The assist that time from Holiday.
And there's a pattern starting to take shape here. They're working it inside and getting good shots from close range.
Well, I agree with you. 4 of their last 5 baskets has been exactly of that variety.
Now here's James. It's stolen by Eason. Just a little under 2.5 minutes have passed now here in the fourth. Here's Holiday. Pass to Şengün. Over Finney-Smith. And again, the Rockets good for 2.
Şengün showing his touch there. That's a tough spot for a big.
And J.J. Redick calls timeout here. It's a chance for them to regroup and refocus. And Los Angeles with some changes. Jackson Hayes, he's checked in for Dorian Finney-Smith. Austin Reeves comes in for Goodwin. And Doncic is subbed in for Vincent. Houston with a big group substitution here. Dylan Brooks, he's checked in for Jabari Smith. Thompson comes in for Jari Eason. Jalen Green's checked in for Whitmore. And it's Fred VanVleet in for Aaron Holiday. And let's head over to the sideline and catch up with David Aldridge.
Hey guys, J.J. Redick's message with his team was simple. Coach was really hyping up his guys. He told them, this is what it's all about, fellas. You're in this spot for a reason. Go out and take this win. See if they can follow those instructions, guys.
Thank you, David. There's Green with the 3. Hachimura grabs the miss. Hachimura's got his 4th rebound in this one.
And they haven't been able to turn it into a big lead, but their rebounding advantage is starting to add up.
Yeah, still close, but with their tough play on the boards, we're certainly seeing the effort.
And the D not really doing its job there. A little slow to react to the ball getting into the paint.
They kick it out to Green. Brooks with a screen on Reeves. Pass to Thompson. Good, and it's Green picking up the assist.
Showing zero fear. Thompson handles the pressure of the big moment. Way to go, man.
Nice passing here by Los Angeles. Here's James. The shot misses. Good D by Thompson. And VanVleet on the wing. And again, it's the Rockets from deep.
And VanVleet, no fear at all. I mean, he loves taking and making those big-time shots.
Thompson against LeBron. Pass to Hachimura. And right away, they match it with a 3-pointer of their own. And the Lakers lead by 3. Houston's gone outside a lot tonight. 17 times, in fact. 7 of 17. Here's VanVleet, and it's off the back rim, no good.
There wasn't much defensive resistance there, guys, but somehow he blew it anyway. Missed opportunity.
Here's LeBron. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. That one on Thompson.
Yeah, the defense has to be careful with LeBron. I mean, he's a clever shooter who knows how to draw fouls. He uses his body really well.
And he misses the first one. Boy, he wanted that one to fall.
Boy, LeBron just continues to perform at a very high level, which is simply incredible when you consider his age.
And the second of 2 is good. That gives them a 4-point cushion.
Look, the physicality has always stood out with LeBron. It's been obvious, but his basketball IQ is what makes him such a special player. I mean, he sees the game like very few ever have.
Green by Şengün. Here's Thompson. They kick it out to Green. Just 5 to shoot. Misfires on the corner 3. And Hachimura with a clear path to the rack. Good, and the assist goes to James.
And you see the composure of Hachimura, not feeling the pressure of the moment at all.
And timeout is called by Ime Udoka. And he wants to see some changes out there right away and right now. What do you think we're going to see coming out of this timeout?
Yeah, trying to get back in this thing, they need a score.
Yeah, and they need it hiccup fast. I mean, they'll be drawing up a quick hitter in the huddle here, no doubt.
And so it's Houston with it. They trail by 6. Out of bounds, the Lakers will take possession. And so they choose to intentionally foul. First free throw is good, and that makes it a 7-point lead. So he goes 2 for 2 at the line, and it's an 8-point game. 6 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Van Vliet against Doncic. Şengün with a wide open look. The Rockets with another miss. And the Lakers can just let the clock run down here. And so Los Angeles takes the win. Some good competition, but the hometown advantage and their ability to stay focused, I think, made the difference.
Yeah, and the first step in becoming a good team is your ability to win at home. And they really seem to revel in that opportunity, and this is what they came out to do.
And now let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's standing by. Thank you for that, David. And that about wraps it up. For Clark Kellogg, Greg Anthony, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan along with our terrific 2K Sports crew, thanking you for tuning in. We'll see you next time